Hey everyone, happy Friday. Hope you're enjoying this lovely weather. I'm Chris Brown. It's time for your week in review from ClarkCountyToday.com. It was an emotional week for many, including all of us here at Clark County Today, as thousands turned out to honor Cowlitz County Deputy Justin DeRozier, who was killed in the line of duty earlier this month. Our own Jacob Granneman put together this piece to honor the fallen hero.
Compassion, support, unity, love. All these things stood on display this week as the community suffered the loss of Cowlitz County Sheriff's Deputy, Justin DeRozier. A procession of over 215 law enforcement vehicles from all over the region made sure Justin made it to his memorial with honor. Dozens of state troopers on motorcycles led the way, followed by Justin's patrol car, the light bar covered. Not a single overpass was empty as the procession made its way along Interstate 5. Firefighters, police officers, sheriff's deputies, veterans, and families all stood holding flags or simply placing their hands on their hearts. The procession spanned from his hometown of Kelso to his memorial at University of Portland's Chiles Center. As a testament to his character, about 5,000 people attended the service. Schools in Kelso were closed on Wednesday for the memorial, and many traveled across the country to attend the service. DeRozier was shot and later died after responding to a call in Cowlitz County. He was only 29 and leaves behind his wife Katie and his 6-month-old daughter, Lily. Those that spoke at the memorial service affirmed the excellence and integrity which Justin displayed on and off duty. Longtime friend and mentor, Woodland Police Chief James Kelly, was one to tell everyone of Justin's devotion and passion.
I had the privilege and honor to have known Justin most of his life. Justin's strong personality was prominently displayed in everything he did. I knew Justin was destined to be someone special. It was clear Justin had a plan and he was going to stick to it. It was during my time as police chief I found out who Justin had become. Justin found his calling. It was then I realized Cowlitz County had lost one of the finest officers I had ever known. The men and women of law enforcement throughout the state would soon feel the earthquake first responders are already reeling from. Justin had a positive impact on all he came in contact with. Justin was stolen from us, and the impact of that will be felt for years. Rest well, my son.
Even in such a tragedy, the hope of unity and legacy seems to be living on.
1 Lincoln 46 out of service, April 14, 2019. Gone but not forgotten.
Jacob Granneman, ClarkCountyToday.com.
Hundreds of you have taken to our social media channels to share your thoughts about Deputy DeRozier. Feel free to jump on our Facebook page, Twitter, Instagram, even YouTube to share your own stories. The future of the Clark County Jail could become much clearer soon. The 25-member Corrections Facility Advisory Commission is working overtime to come up with a plan for replacing the aging and overcrowded jail, which was built in the 80s. A recommendation is expected sometime in June or July. We sat down this week with Clark County Sheriff Chuck Atkins to talk about some of the questions the group is wrestling with.
Do we design a jail for the future that builds in resources to mitigate the kind of people that we're currently bringing into the jail? My jail is not a place for those with mental illness. It's not a place for the homeless that commit misdemeanors, but there's nowhere else for them to go. So my jail bed number can be slightly down, or we can make it look like we don't need as many, only if we remove those folks from the incarcerated facility to resources that help them. If that doesn't change, then the number, the size of the jail needs to be much bigger. But if they include those resources and we do all alternatives to incarceration that we can impose, then we can keep that number down and keep the facility at a reasonable size for the next 10, 20, 30 years.
The cost of a new jail could be nearly $300 million and will likely require voters to approve a bond measure to cover the cost. Atkins says voters may not feel great about yet more taxes, but the condition of the jail isn't always someone else's problem.
This could be your child. This could be your brother, your sister, your mom, your dad. People make mistakes. This could be somebody in your family that has to be in that jail. And should we not make it and I'm not saying we make a party factory out of it, but should it not be a place that is sanitary, that is treating people humanely, that is providing resources to correct their behaviors if they want it? If they don't, we have a way to just lock them up and give them exercise and let them ride out their time. But should we not be helping people that ask for the help, that want the help? Should we not be that conduit? Should we not help them reentry into our community in a way that makes them successful so that they don't come back?
Clark County Manager Sean Hennessy said he expects the jail replacement conversation to include more talk of other county facilities in desperate need of upgrades or even new space. He said he would even consider selling the county building and consolidating services in order to make things work. Be sure to read our full piece on the situation at clarkcountytoday.com. The Battleground School Board this week approved cuts to the number of teachers in the district. A total of 44 full-time positions are likely to be eliminated, although the district expects all but 15 of those can be cut simply through leaving vacant positions unfilled. Although the local levy swap has cut into the district's bottom line, the bulk of the cuts for next year are being blamed on a dip in student enrollment. There are expected to be 472 fewer students in the district this year, and they're planning for flat enrollment next year. One administrative position is also being cut, and several classified employees could be on the chopping block at next month's board meeting. In his column this week, ClarkCountyToday.com editor Ken Vance shared what he characterized as his latest disappointment in the action of lawmakers in Olympia. Specifically, Vance refers to the actions of the 9 Democrats on the House Finance Committee. Last Friday, they voted to increase taxes on residents of the state by more than $4 billion over the next 4 years. The 4 Republican members of the committee, including Rep. Brandon Vick from Vancouver, voted against the increases. In a joint statement, Vick and fellow 18th District Representative Larry Hoff pointed to the state's $3 billion surplus and the fact that voters in the state have rejected tax increases time and time again at the ballot box. Rep. Vicki Kraft added her thoughts, saying lawmakers have plenty of money in this year's budget to fund what's needed. All 3 lawmakers say the tax increases would hurt Clark County specifically due to a proposed change to the non-resident sales tax exemption, turning it into an annual remittance program. The tax increases haven't been signed into law, but Vance considers that a foregone conclusion, given the Democrat majority in both houses and the governor's mansion. Well, mark Sunday on your calendar if there are no new measles cases in Clark County by then. The Public Health Department says it will declare the outbreak officially over. 73 cases were confirmed since the first one was reported in January. The outbreak led to the passage of a new law expected to be signed by Governor Inslee, eliminating personal and philosophical exemptions for the MMR vaccine in children attending public or private schools, as well as licensed daycares in the state. All right, let's check out the week in Clark County sports with Paul Valencia.
The Union Golf program hosted its annual Titan Cup this week. Clark County Today featured the event as something different during the regular season of girls golf. The Titan Cup brings 4 teams together to battle in a Ryder Cup-esque match. Singles play in the morning for team points, then teammates pair up for alternate shot in the afternoon. The team that goes 2-0 is the Titan Cup champion. This year, for the 4th year in a row, that was Camas. The Union golfers told us that they appreciate being ambassadors of the event, even when they don't win the cup. Oh, and at Union through the years, there have been some golfers who have had schedule conflicts with big tests or other academic commitments. Coach Gary Mills said from time to time a golfer will ask to miss a match or maybe miss a practice. No one has ever asked to get out of the Titan Cup, though. It is too special. Earlier in the week, we compiled notes on every high school baseball team in Clark County as the teams prepare for the stretch run. Want to know who is playing well for your school? Check out our site. And we did the same thing for softball toward the end of the week. Notes on every team.
Thanks, Paul. Hey, before we let you go, a quick reminder that the 28th Annual Home and Garden Idea Fair is happening this weekend at the Clark County Event Center. It's open 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. today and tomorrow, and 10 to 5 on Sunday. Admission is free, though donations are gladly accepted. Parking is $6, or you can take the bus for free. Get out there and find some great ideas for around your home this spring and summer. And that's your weekend review from ClarkCountyToday.com. Remember, you can always send story ideas or even a letter to the editor via email to news@ClarkCountyToday.com. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to see when stories are posted and be part of the conversation. For all of us at ClarkCountyToday.com, I'm Chris Brown. Appreciate you watching. We'll talk to you next week.